Let's have a conversation.
Thank you for having me on. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, and I'm sure I'll see you at one of these events again
all
soon.
time, we got Mark with the Mindful Reality podcast, who I've been a guest on, and it was a blast.
Thank you for having me, honestly, and I cannot wait to do it again. We're going to do this again in the future. I just know it.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Mindful Reality TV from a mental health perspective. Hey, Cass. Hey, Chanel. Hi to myself. Hello, Charmed Life. And hi, Tasha. And hi to the other 14 or so who are in here that have not said anything in the chat yet. Thank you for being here. We have 19 people in the first 2 minutes. That is what's up. Hi, Tammy. So I'm on here earlier than expected because I thought that everybody said, oh, just a reminder, Mark, this is a 2-hour episode. A lot of people said yesterday that Tuesday and Thursday were both 2-hour episodes. So for whatever reason in my mind, I didn't even check the schedule. I was just expecting the 2 hours. It was 1. If I had known it was only going to be 1 hour, I would have jumped on right at 9. But I was like, I'm not going to wait all the way till 10. I'm going to jump on at 9:30. So here we are. Hi, Robin. Hi, Holly. So the look back episode. It was all right. It was pretty good. Actually, I think that I liked this look back episode more than last year's look back episode, and hear me out as to why I'm saying that. I feel like the actual episodes were more entertaining. The episodes and the feeds last year, I felt like they were more entertaining than this year overall. So getting to see things on the look back episode that were funny, getting to see like moments that they had, it was like I'm so deprived. Plus, seeing all these people that were interesting from the beginning and seeing clips of them, seeing Heisem and his right, seeing a little bit of Izzy, seeing some Felicia, Jared, Sari moments, Camerica. Oh, AmeriCorey, according to Corey's parents. It's not Camerica, or I forgot what the other one is. They said it is officially, they dubbed it AmeriCorey. Hi, Holly. I thought the episode was on at 9. Yeah, it's all mixed up. Hey, Lisa. You are from LA, California. Welcome, Brenda. Let me tell you something about LA, California. I was there for the first time in 2021. I don't know if I should go into it, but it wasn't quite what I expected. Worst F3 to be narrators. It was so clearly teleographed. I know that the final 3 look back thing is scripted, but they were really bad at it. Hi, Mickey. Justice for Izzy. I know the feeds were lit when Izzy was in there. They said that like we cared. Why didn't they show Steakgate? All right. I think there was not really too much in the look back that is so important or relevant in any kind of a way. They showed the bromance of Matt and Jag. They showed some mother-son moments with Sari and Jared. They showed a Camerica or a AmeriCorey, whatever you want to call it. It showed the development of their relationship minus the time when she pushed herself on him that night. But everything else, aside from that, they showed that. What else? They showed a little bit of Izzy. They showed some Hisam. They had a Kirsten sighting. What else? They had some Mama Fee stuff in there, you know, a little bit of everything. But the HOH Part 2 spoiler, for those who don't check for the updates on social media and you wait until the episodes or the spoiler pages like mine, it is a spoiler that the Part 2 HOH winner is, surprise, surprise, Mr. Jag. So Jag and Matt will be facing off in this Part 3. Bowie is done studying because the only way that Bowie can make the final 2 chairs now is to be chosen by either Jag or Matt. Now to think, wait, where's the Jag hands? I need to have his picture ready to just queue up. The bathroom picture with him, like, you know, with the 7 fingers. Let's play these scenarios. Let's entertain that. Pretty simple for me. I think that if Matt wins, he chooses Jag. I think that if Jag wins, he chooses Bowie. That's my thoughts. That's it. Now, who do I think is more likely to win between Jag or Matt in this F3 comp? Personally, okay, let's say this in 2 ways. My heart wants Matt, and my head says Jag. So if I was betting my house on who was going to win Part 3 of the finale, I would bet that Jag was going to win Part 3. If I was going based on who I want to win Part 3, it would be Matt. So that's where I'm at with it. Jag is a super fan. Jag has been studying this whole time. He's pretty smart. I'm not saying that Matt couldn't win, though. I'm just saying that Matt winning Part 3 is not the most likely scenario in my mind. Twitter has been saying AmeriCorey. Corey's family is on Twitter and they knew the assignment. Hi, Mark. I guess Sari is telling people about Jared. I think she's waiting. I don't think she's telling them in the house. I mean, I guess it wouldn't impact anything now that she's in the jury house, but I also think that she might want to do it just for the element of surprise. Yeah, that was funny. You know what else was funny? The 2 major Mimi things that they showed made me laugh, just like how all her other moments made me laugh unintentionally. The Steakgate thing, that was funny. And then the segment where they showed everybody crying. And what did she say? If I see one more person over 30 shedding tears. Yo. Wondering the same, Trisha. Good night, Deborah. Therese said she's waiting until finale. Okay, thank you. The pain meds are holding me up right now. And I'm not going to be on here too long. Like, I might stretch. I'm going to try to make an hour. But the pain meds are the only thing keeping me on right now. If I was not loaded up on these pain medications, I would not be here. If it is days, Jag responded faster in studying but would get more wrong. Production probably suggested that Sari hold that info, probably, so that there's something exciting on finale night, and that's not saying much. I am truthfully not even the most excited about the finale night stuff. I am the most excited about the people who are coming back who are already voted out. Not the jury people, but the people who are voted out pre-jury. Because like I've said, I've heard different information, and not like Twitter information from fans. I've heard some direct information that, who knows, there could be some drama. I think Jag wins 3-2. Mimi, so there's 40 people in here. But before I even get to that, shout out to the 40 people that got in here in the first 12 minutes. That's what's up. Put a 1 in the chat if you think that Matt is going to win part 3. Put a 2 in the chat if you think Jag is going to win part 3. 1 for Matt, 2 for Jag. 1 for Matt, 2 for Jag. I hope not, Robin. He'll just take Bowie. But it would be interesting to see the vote. You should be resting now that I think about it. Glad the pain meds are working. I mean, I rested basically for 2 straight days. So he'll take Bowie. I agree with Sucks. The drama is going to happen at the after parties. I hate to say it, but the drama is going to happen at the after parties. Okay. Trisha says Matt. Melanie says Jag. Tasha says Matt. Deborah says Jag. Holly says Jag. Lisa says Jag. Chanel says Jag. Miss New Love says Matt. Connie says Matt. Charm Life says Jag. Mickey says Jag. It's kind of a mixed bag with y'all. I mean, I think that there's a few more saying Jag than Matt, but I would say it's like a 60-40 on this live right now. Either way, Jag sits in the final chair, and that really sucks. You know what? You're probably right. Because Jag takes Bowie, but then Matt probably takes Jag. Mona also has Jag. Man, it would be interesting to hear Bowie's speech. Good day, everybody. Wow, I can't believe I made it here. Day 100. I can't even fathom her having a speech. Imagine she just starts. Did you guys see Chappelle's show when they used to do those what's it called? Little John sketches? When Little John used to be like, "What? What? Yeah. Yeah." And then they had Little John on the show. And then, well, actually, Dave Chappelle did like a Little John sketch where he was very articulate. All of a sudden, even though you don't hear him talk like that, imagine Bowie was like that. I mean, not that she's not articulate, but imagine Bowie is like, guys, you think that I was playing this floater game, but remember when this thing happened on day 2 and this vote happened like this, and I heard about the brown sugar babes. I was a part of the professors by doing this and this. I held this information and I spoke to this person and I did that. My biggest move in the game was this. And you're like, what? You've been playing this whole time? I thought you were just walking around smiling. Yes, I'm getting to that. Thank you, Melanie. Listen, we're on day 98 in this house. 98 days. Some of your other favorite vloggers have taken mental health breaks. They've taken breaks in general. They have quit on the season 2 weeks ago. They're like, I'm not covering any more of the season because I don't care. I have been on live every single day since the day before the season started, because I started going on live the night of the premiere party in New York. Some of y'all were on my live that day making fun of me, like Mark is falling asleep on the live, and I was, but I still stayed on here, grinded out like 20-30 minutes, whatever it was, falling asleep. I went to the next day party. It was like 6 hours that I was out. Came back, jumped on live. I've been on live every single one of these 98 days. I've never done anything in my life for 98 days consecutively. Not that this is not that I should have a plaque hanging in my wall that says went live for 100 days on Big Brother, but I didn't even get to the like button part. So please hit the like button. If you have not done so yet, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. I promise that Big Brother is not the end of what I'm doing on this page. There's only one Big Brother. I will definitely say that. There's not ever a time of year or a show that gets people more passionate and involved than Big Brother. But there's a lot of other shows out there. When Big Brother ends, I'm still going to be covering Survivor. I'm going to dive into the Traders Canada, the Traders US when it comes out, the Circle when it comes out. I'm missing something, I feel like. I think I said Survivor already. I think that was the first thing I said. The challenge. How did I forget the challenge? The challenge has just started. I think Jag will lose to whoever he sits next to. I kind of agree. Well, Bowie Jane's a little debatable whether he would win or lose next to Bowie Jane. I don't want Jag to win, but I'm unsure about Matt in the final comp. Not saying I don't think he won't. Not saying I think he won't do well. Saying I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Like my money is on would be on Jag to win that final thing, but we shall see. Bowie is or was a lawyer. I would hope so, but I'm not as confident as you guys. I really think Jag has a good shot only because of Cam and Corey and maybe Blue. I don't think he has Blue. Cam, yes. Corey, maybe. Blue, I don't think so. They keep the game related and less personal. Relaxed and less personal. Corey values social strategy more, and Jag was voted out 10-0. Yeah, Blue is anti-Jag. He only has the boys. Yeah, I think so. Found you late, but absolutely like you best. You rock. Thank you, Robin. Blue America would have been ride or die for Jag, but he blindsided them. I only think he wins if those two choose to push for it. I agree. Like if he had got them out in a fair way, or not a fair way, but an honest way, where he's straight up with them, then I think he would have had their votes. That was really early though. I think the fact that he's gone and saved is a big deal too. Stop it, Lisa. No more benefit of the doubts for Jag. I think Blue is so removed from the game. I don't even think it's about her holding a grudge. I think it's because exactly what you just said here is exactly why I don't think Blue would vote for Jag. Because Blue doesn't even know the game. All she knows is her friendships. She doesn't know the history. She doesn't know strategy. It's not like she's looking at him and she's like, oh, I'm comparing Jag's game to Paul, or I'm comparing him to Derek, or I'm comparing him to whoever, because she didn't watch the show. So You can make that argument for me with Corey, where I'm like, okay, Corey is a Big Brother historian. So it's a possibility that he could be like, even though I'm mad at Jag for taking the shot at me, I respect it because I would have taken the shot at him, like what he said when he was on his way out. Corey, you can make that argument. Blue, I just feel is just, she's all in it for the revenge. I don't think she's bitter in a sense of, I hate Jag and I wouldn't be friends with him outside of the house. But I just think that she's locked in. Her and America are probably locked in the jury house. Blue only trying to promote herself. Yep. I'm at this point. Let's do rock, paper, scissors. Yeah, I'm so uninvested. I'm sitting here basically saying the only thing that I don't want to happen is Jag winning. Anything else is like whatever. I'm not going to be sitting there like I was last year on pins and needles watching this final two speech like I was with Taylor. Do you think production wants Matt or Jag to win? I think this season did not go how production imagined. I think that if you told production at the beginning that Matt and Jag could be in the final two chairs, they would be really happy about that because they would be like, the demographics represented is amazing for our show. But because of things that they have said and done on their way there and the public perception, because I know production, they have people with Big Brother production going through all these Twitters and looking at my YouTube page, looking at other people's YouTube pages and all the social media, Facebook, all that stuff, Reddit. And they're like, ooh, this is kind of a PR nightmare. I've been watching clips from early game. Jag, Blue, America were close early on. The final three in the beginning was actually the original three. The first three that I saw was actually Jag, Blue, and Riley. Jag, Blue, and Riley was the original three. And I want to say that Jag and Riley were actually a final two. They added in Blue because Jag was close to Blue. Riley was like, we need a third. And Jag is like, Blue is my girl. So they became a three. And then they're like, we need to have a 5. And then we need 3 more as to make an 8. And then Jag was like, we're half the house. We're half house. And he thought that was so genius when it wasn't. That's the reason why I don't really respect Jag's game that much. I can kind of respect what he's done in a way from the time that he got back into the house. I mean, to an extent. But I'm like, the first half of the game, he was lost in the sauce. He didn't know what he was doing, and he didn't know how far behind he was. I feel like Jag has done more than Matt, but me too. 1 foot, that would honestly be the most fair ending to the season. Forget the final comp and the votes. Good, Lisa. Manifesting anyone but Jag. Production wants Matt. That's why they keep pushing Riley's mess, in my opinion. Watch her be the pre-juror that gets... She probably will. And the thing that I know about pre-jury, I know stuff about what they do with the jury, with the segments, the pre-jury segments. They're asking you, okay, they give the pre-jurors multiple potential questions that they can ask. And then the pre-juror has to tell them in advance, this is the one. This is the topic that I'm going to go with. This is how I'm going to say it. Like, they control a lot of that narrative. Even when you think somebody's just getting on there and going off, they're not. Whispers to the sky, anyone but Jag. Good point. Hey, all. Hey, Colleen. Hi, Colleen. Welcome. Once Riley left, America began working on the friendships. America sat back the first week or two before talking more. I was hoping Bowie Jane would get part 2. I know, right? Make it more interesting. Bowie Jane is the winner production deserves. In my opinion, they messed around with those twists too much for me. The power of invincibility twist. I can't believe that was the twist that brought Jag back in the game. And I don't think it would have existed without Luke. And I'll say that every day. Every time I mention Jag, I attach the power of invincibility to him. And I think of the fact that the power of invincibility wouldn't happen if they didn't need another body in the house after Luke. And they probably would have considered just canceling it until the fandom circulated that clip of Kirsten talking to Jared in the storage room. So they were just like, it's easier to just let Kirsten go than to try to face this angry mob that is angry that Luke got out. Bowie is the last of the professors. And I can't believe Bowie's still there. When she says, I can't believe I'm here in the final 3. I'm like, I can't believe it either. I can't believe this is the final 3 that I'm watching right now after investing this many days. You know what this reminds me of? When I was 15, 16 years old, maybe 17, I don't remember. One of my teen years when I was in high school, there was this movie. We were going to the movies for Memorial Day, me and 2 of my friends. And me and one of my friends, we were the original 2 that were going to watch a movie. And I forget what superhero movie was out, but there was some superhero movie out at the time. That's what we originally planned to see. Then he tells me, oh, like one of our other friends wanted to come with us for the movie. So I was like, all right, I'm thinking that we're going to go in there and watch the superhero movie that we planned. And then he says, oh, I saw a preview of this cool movie called Birth. So I'm like, okay, what's Birth? Birth is a movie about, I'm probably not gonna remember it in that much detail, but I think the basic synopsis is that this man and woman were together. They were a couple. And then the man died and he was reincarnated as a child. So now he meets his lover as a child. He hangs around and he starts saying things. And then he's like, I have to convince her that I am the man that she loves. So the whole movie, he's trying to convince her. She's calling him creepy, weird, all this stuff. And this movie is a long movie too. And then at the very end, after a whole movie of convincing her, she's like, I believe you. I believe you now. So we're going to move away together and we're going to wait until you get old enough. And then we're going to get married. So it's like, oh, wow. After all this, he finally, said and did enough that made her realize that he is indeed her man reincarnated in this child. And then at the end of the movie, he's like, I made it up. I was lying. She's like, what are you talking about? You said all these things that only he would say to me, and you spent all this time, convincing me, and now I believe you, and you're telling me that you were lying this whole time? He's like, yep. And me and my friend were sitting there looking at the other friend like, you just made us miss this superhero movie that couldn't miss for this stupid thing with this stupid ending. Yeah, all of that to say, that's how I feel about spending 100 days watching Big Brother, where I get into a season where I'm like, look at all these characters that we have on this show. We got Izzy, we got Hyzam, we got the Jared and Sari twist, we got Mama Felicia, we've got Riley, we got Kirsten. We have all these people that look like on paper are going to make the season so good. And this is our final 3. Hold on. I have to do this one more time. I can't even say one more time. I have to do this.
What sense does that make? The math is not mathing.
At this point, I don't know if it's my oral surgery or the show that's giving me a headache. I think it's a little bit of both. He'll give Bowie a bottle of liquor for their place. She'll be happy. She's just happy to be there. No, third place doesn't get anything. I mean, they get whatever money third place gets. I think I heard third place gets something like, in total, the money that you get is something like 25K or something, but there's not specifically a third place prize. I miss Indez. I'm disappointed in this season of BB also. It's just sad on many levels to me. Why did we need this episode? Not needed. I just woke up. Only part I saw was the Denzel Washington part in the videos from home. What a letdown. The part 2 spoiler is that Jag won part 2 for anyone who is just joining. The part 2 spoiler was that Jag won part 2. So Jag and Matt will be facing off for part 3. And the winner of that Jag and Matt part 3 are going to choose between taking each other or taking Bowie. I asked in the chat who y'all think is going to win between Jag and Matt in terms of who's going to win their part 3 comp. And it was probably like a 60-40 split, something like that. 60% of you in here think that Jag's going to win, and 40% of you think Matt's going to win. Boring. You haven't missed anything. I haven't seen it yet because I'm in California, but I already heard. I just watched a video of Matt swimming. You've piqued my interest, Ma. Matt swimming. You had definitely piqued my interest. Uh-oh. Somebody actually made a compilation that says Matt Klotz making disgusting comments on BB for 6 straight minutes. I'm trying to find one of just him swimming. Oh, that must be it. Anyways, this only has 38 subscribers. Man, they need to. You know what's cool is that I'm sure the Deaf Olympics are going to get promoted a lot more. I don't know what it pays, but I know it sure pays more than anyone else. I'm sure that Cerie's contract is the reason why she got on the show. I mean, obviously it's not 750K, but it's more than $1,000 a week. That's for sure. Better than the sneeze comp. Bowie needed to beat Jag and take him for her to have a chance. I expect Jag to take Bowie, given he only promised Matt 100 days and he knows Matt could win. Yeah, I think that Jag feels right now I repaid my debt to Matt by putting Jag. I mean, I repaid my debt to Matt by bringing him along to the final three. So I think that at this point, he doesn't feel like he owes Matt a thing in the final three. Hey, Retro. Matt's gone in on the comments the last few weeks, especially about a specific show, man. Hi, Trill homie. At this point, throwing final HOH might be the best move. Either way, the jury might shame whichever one couldn't cut the other in the end. Mickey, she was most excited I've seen anyone to get evicted. Harry, thank you for your subscription. I appreciate you becoming a member. Retro, what's up? Blue is on a cooking. I saw that video actually. It's kind of interesting. The show that Blue was on, or the YouTube series that she was on, was actually this thing where 3 guys made meals for her and she chose which guy. She gave like a synopsis of what she knows about the guy from the plate they put in front of her. And then she chose which one she wanted to date based on what was on the plate. It's actually kind of interesting. Jag won the second part. So it's now going to be Jag versus Matt in part 3. Busta Rhymes is going to win 50,000 AFP. Yay, Sherry. Jury did roundtable on Monday, and it is assumed that they are in sequester with their thoughts. I think minds are mostly made up by this point. Yeah. Hi, Ma. Jag won part 2. Oh, damn. I felt bad for Jared. I think having Sari in the house caused him a great deal of pressure to play in a big way. I kind of know what you mean, but it also helped him because we would have seen an off the rails Jared if Sari was not there. Hi, Maya. I think he thought he had to forge his own path, but he did way too much. What was interesting, though, is they showed a couple of things that I don't remember seeing on the episodes where he said, she's a legend, and obviously she knows more than me in the game. So I have to listen to her because you never heard him say that. Trail homie, I have literally only seen episode 1. So basically after Thursday, when my 5 slots open up, my 5-6 TV show slots that are going to open up from not having to cover this anymore, I'm going to catch up on everything. The only thing aside from this that I have watched consistently is Survivor and The Challenge. Oh, I caught up on House of Villains too. I saw the latest episode of House of Villains. So cool for me seeing 2 of my childhood, I'm not even going to call them heroes, but 2 people who were very entertaining in my childhood, Johnny Bananas and New York from I Love New York, going up against each other. The speeches have been terrible. Like, it's like they're not even trying to convince you of anything in these speeches. Hey, family, love you. I love the person sitting next to me. Speech over. I'm like, remember last year when Taylor would show up on the block in her dress and she would have something clever and witty to say every week, and you're sitting there watching Taylor's goodbye, or not goodbye, but her eviction night speech, like it's a presidential speech or something. You're like, what is she gonna wear? What is she gonna say? What look is she gonna have? Now it's just like the most dramatic things that happened on eviction night were the thing with Cameron and Izzy, and Mimi giving Corey the hand instead of hugging him, which were really only interesting because nothing else has been happening. Jared or Frenchie. I think he would be a little dialed close to Frenchie. Not that he would be as wild as Frenchie, but I think that he would be more like that if he had not had his handlers, basically, which is his mom and Izzy, to be like, calm down, Jared. No, Jared. Because Jared would be on, now you done pissed me off. I'm willing to throw the whole game out just to get you out. And they would be like, okay, Jared, we get that you're mad, but chill just a little bit, because then it could be you out. I'm going to be so excited to sleep instead of trying to stay up. But I honestly this season have not really done late lives like that. I've done like the Sunday night ones are late because the episode starts late, but the other ones that I do during the rest of the week, I'm usually done by midnight. And last year, I had lives where I was on till 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning and then I would get on early in the morning if I fell asleep. I have not lost any sleep due to this season. Like if I woke up, it's because I just happened to wake up. It hasn't been exciting enough for that for me. The only way that it throws me off is the fact that I've done lives every single day and usually more than one per day. So it's time consuming for me to do these lives. But in terms of when I'm not on here, I've consumed way less of this season than last season. Way less. It was funny when she said, you are a sea guzzling, blank sucking Republican. Yes, you did. And I was right there with you, Mark. There were some nights. I remember that night where I watched Brittany and Turner tie-dye for hours just to see when they were going to finally go to sleep and leave Monty and Taylor alone. It's not because it's late, because I have marching band on Tuesdays, Thursdays. However, Saturday is our last game. I got another 17 minutes. Shout out to the 56 people I had on here, because at one point I had 56. These numbers have been consistently going up all year. Because when I started on this channel and I did the first week of lives, they were all single digits. When I posted the lives afterwards, they were all double digits. They were all less than 100 views on each of those lives. And at that point in time, I said this before, but I thought maybe it was just a 1 year wonder, one hit wonder. So I have formed a crowd, which is a mixture of the people, some of the people that I had last year and a lot of new people, honestly. So I appreciate y'all for that. Mar, y'all gonna perform like SpongeBob? Yeah, you deserve more. I only recently discovered you. Glad I did. Thank you, Colleen. Sorry, Cass. Do you have any mints? I only see 35 likes. 35 likes and 48 people in here. Well, 44 right at this second, but it was 48. That means the math still ain't mathing. Please hit the like button.
What sense does that
What do you mean by that, Cass? Like the Super Bowl? I want to show up to Ma's marching band just to tell everybody that they're off key. Sweet victory. Maybe peppermint helps with nausea. The math ain't mathin'. I'm kind of excited to see the finale night, not for the actual finale night, but I'm just excited to see all those big personalities interacting with each other again. And a lot of them are actually flying in. Sometimes the pre-jury segments, a lot of them are on video, but I've seen that a lot of them are actually flying into LA to physically attend the finale party, or the finale night and the finale parties after finale night. You need 12 likes like your last 12K likes like your last live. Y'all, everybody here knows Rob has a podcast. I met Rob. I have the video, it's still on my page. I met him at the beginning of the Survivor season because he had a Survivor party in New York City where I live. And I went up to him and I was like, Rob, I specifically came here to meet you. And I wasn't lying. The only other person there that I really wanted to meet was Izzy. But aside from that, he was basically the main reason why I showed up there. And I said, Rob, what advice do you have for me as a pretty new vlogger, podcaster on how to succeed? And the first thing that he said was, my first piece of advice, don't put me out of business. And I'll tell you the truth. He's been doing this a long time. He's the most recognized name doing this for reality TV, biggest following. I'm not somebody who has an aim to have 800 followers. I'm not someone who has an aim to have as many followers as him. My vision is always above the best person that you could think of, believe it or not. But I'm competitive in a different way. I'm not competitive in a sense of I sit here every night and I say, oh, I got to be better than this one. I got to be better than this one. I got to be better than this one. I'm just like, how can I get better, period? And I just believe that the better that I get at whatever I'm doing, in whatever way I'm doing it, the more people are going to come. That's it. I think that sometimes people can throw away the things that their followers follow them for when they focus on all their energy on beating another person or being better than another person, because you're never going to be better than that person at doing them. You can only be the best at doing you. And you got to believe that being the best you is going to make you the best, period. So I sit here and I say to myself, maybe one day they're not going to be sitting in that house and being like, oh, when I jump off of here, the first thing I want to do is to hop on Rob Has a Podcast and talk to Rob and Taryn. They're going to be like, you know, that guy Mark from Mindful Reality. When I get off here, I want to get put on by getting onto his channel. Traders Norway season 2 to that watch list. It's one of the best seasons of a game show I've ever seen. It's on that Traders subreddit I sent you. Oh, and thank you, One Foot in Front of Another, for joining. Math does further mathing in that. Yes, please tell everyone that they're off key so I can watch my classmates fight you. Are they strong? I want to see if Bowie will be bopping or not. Hi, Chocolate. I don't care for Rob's seen it. Honestly, there are people that watch my channel and they watch Rob Has a Podcast, and they watch Winner's Circle, and they watch I don't know, TV Talks with Tom, Big Brother Boy. You know, there's a lot of them, but they're all different in certain ways, and I'll leave it at that. 52 in the chat. Please hit like on your way in. Got it, Colleen. Hit the like. Hit dislike. God knows your truth. That's another thing. I think that if you are meant to do something in life, if you keep doing things, if you keep pushing to do things that are related to that calling, things are going to find their way to you. That's it. That's another thing that I believe in. If you put a lot of things in your path that are related to your calling, things find their way to you. I would never think a year ago that I would have a bunch of people following me for Big Brother when I started watching Big Brother in 2020. So it was never in my mind like, oh, one day I'm going to have a following that watches me talk about Big Brother for 100 days in a row. I would have laughed if you told me that. But it was just that I continued to push content online. A lot of people were not watching it. And then one day I just happened to put up a Big Brother thing and people started following me for that. And I have found people on here that have been consistently here for like a year and some change that I would never have found if I was not trying to put myself out there constantly. They all work out. Just because they're band kids doesn't mean they're scrawny for the most part. I think you are right. I honestly am angry because a girl in the marching band told me to STFU and I want to watch Mark. Tell her she's off key. How do you get into the pre-after parties? Honestly, people think that I have an exclusive invite. I have gotten invited to one after party. I'm not gonna be going, but I've been invited to one after party. All the other things that you've seen me at, they advertise them online. I just know who throws them. Wendell and Bryce from Survivor throw all the Survivor parties. Aza now has taken control over throwing the Big Brother parties. Derek from the Challenge throws a lot of the challenge parties. They have like, sometimes other people throw watch parties in other places. But basically what I'm trying to say is I don't have some VIP pass. It would be cool if I got some kind of media pass, because at the Big Brother party, the Rob Has a Podcast people that were there, they had like a press pass, and they got to sit up there in the VIP section with all the cast and interview them, get exclusive interview stuff. You know, I'm on the outskirts of that. I mean, a lot of these people know who I am, but it's still hard for me to get into things and get interviews. And even if I'm there, I'm not in the exclusive section, and I'm not willing to pay for that. Because to give you an example, I think the Big Brother premiere party, my ticket, I think it was about $50 to $60, something like that. But you could get a ticket for $350 where you go upstairs to the VIP section and watch the episode with the cast, eat with them and take shots with them and all that. No disrespect to anybody, but if we were talking about sitting with, I don't know, just pick a celebrity that's sitting next to them and having them endorse you is going to do a lot for your career. And I think about it for $350. But ultimately, these people are going to go upstairs, watch the episode for that hour, and then you're going to see them downstairs in an hour. You can take all the pictures and the videos you want. And I'll tell you another thing. To be honest with y'all, I assumed that when I got interviews with people from these shows, it was going to make my channel so much more poppin'. And I got 10 interviews in the last year, and I worked hard to get those interviews. DMing people, doing all this crazy scheduling with them. They would cancel on me. I'd have to reschedule. I'd have to be ready to do the interview at the drop of a dime. I'd put the interview on my channel, 100 views, 200 views. That's after pushing it and promoting it and sharing it everywhere. Nobody was watching it. When I go to my channel, if anyone who has a YouTube channel knows that you can click a section of it where it categorizes your most popular videos, all of my most popular content is just me by myself, not with any of these casts that I've put this stuff up for. Not saying that those videos are not good, that I did those interviews and stuff. I'm just saying their fan bases are not who comes to me. I built my own fan base of my own people. Where are we here? Shut the front door. I have literally never seen somebody put the words STFD for that. Jag 1 Part 2. Thank you for the info. Keep trying. You have a nice manner about you that most would appreciate. Honestly, the people from the cast, though, that have interacted with me, they like talking to me. A fraction of the people who I have had really in-depth conversations with have agreed to interview with me, but when they see me at these parties, we speak. Some of them still speak to me now. I think that they're skeptical when they talk to me at first because they're like, maybe this guy is just trying to, blow up from talking to me, or they're going to take whatever information I tell them and use it for their personal gain. Occasionally, when it's not, anything that nobody is supposed to know, I'll drop that information. I'll say something in my video, or I'll put it in my membership section. But typically, I don't share things unless they give me permission. Yeah, her brother passed away while she was in the house. Rest in peace to her brother. Yes, it was Jag who won Part 2. Recently or early. I think it was later? Like more than halfway through. What did you say? June 2005. Her brother died while she was in the house, but her family encouraged her to stay in the house. Yep. That's probably one of the hardest things about being on Big Brother for that long, especially, I don't know the specifics about what happened to her brother, but generally, imagine going into the house and you have an older relative, or you have somebody who's sick, like just the fact of being away from your loved ones for that long and not knowing what happened in that span of time. That's probably the hardest part. There were times when you could see her crying, and I think that's probably why they're bullying Mama Fee around the same time. I think I'm proud of her. Why do you believe June 2005 is significant? But we might not take Matt in final 2, and she could beat Matt in final 3. I don't know what you're saying here, because Bowie is not in the final 3. I mean, she's in the final 3, but she's not choosing whether she's going to be there. Frankie lost a grandparent, and also Derek lost his grandparents. I can't remember which one. I think grandfather. I woke up on the live feed 4 a.m. Eastern, and Felicia sitting in the living room all by herself. She was crying, and now it makes sense to me what she was going through. All right, y'all. I don't have this graphic yet, but I'm really going to do this at some point. This is the 10-minute timer. So I am seeing on my end that it is 10:31, 10:41. I'm out of here. Gonna get some rest. I got some things to do in the morning. And also, as some of y'all saw with the big disgusting picture of my big wisdom tooth, it is now out. And the space that it used to be in is healing. And it still hurts. But I'm dedicated. She was sitting. Boo. But in this 10-minute span of time in between your comments, I have to tell y'all, I appreciate the fact that I'm here in this Big Brother community. I always make comments about the Big Brother community. And somebody who was trying to be a smartass to me once in my comment section was like, you talk about the Big Brother communities all the time, but what are you? You're part of the Big Brother community. This is correct. I am a part of the Big Brother community because I watch the show religiously. I watch the feeds religiously, and I have a page that I put up all these videos, I do lives, etc. So I am part of the Big Brother community. But I'm not like the majority of the Big Brother community, obviously. Because a lot of the Big Brother community thrives off of toxicity, controversy, beef with Cass, beef with other vloggers, going at these hot topic things. They're not watching the show. They're watching to see, oh, let me see if I can zoom in on sexism, racism, misogyny. I mean, I'm not saying that those things don't happen, but you can see the pages that are waiting for those things to happen. They're not real fans to me. There's a big sector of the fandom that doesn't even watch the show. They just watch their favorite vlogger tell them who to be mad at that day, who to cancel that day, who we canceling today. Nah. And at one point in time, especially at the beginning, I thought that I wasn't going to survive the Big Brother community because I'm like, these people are finding a way to hate on me. What do I do to make people hate me? I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I don't do those things that most of them get angry at their peers or these other people for doing. But then I realized that's exactly why they wanted to pack me up and get me out of here, because they're like, how dare this guy have the audacity to just talk about the show, to not get involved in the drama, to allow the people in the chat to have whatever opinions they have without cursing them out, blocking them, and to just have a channel that is centered around analysis, respect, peace, and love. But guess what? You didn't get rid of me last season when you tried. A lot less people have tried this season because there's a lot more of you here. Y'all pack them up for me, so they don't really get to my desk too much. And when they do, I have fun with them. I believe it did, yes. That's my point. Someone said, unfortunately, Jag won part 2. I think it's better for Matt that Bowie did not win, because she could beat him in part 3 and not take him. Now she has no say. I see your point. We appreciate the time you spent. Thank you. I remember when I had my teeth pulled, it hurt for weeks. I'm just happy that this hurts a little less than the last one because I actually had my third wisdom tooth pulled in May and it got dry socket. And if y'all know about dry socket, oh, I have a headache just thinking about how much that tooth hurt. Yeah, most of the Twitter fans are definitely bullies. I found out that I was Twitter and Reddit famous last year for going to an event and having an opinion on who the people that I met at the event. That was stupid. That was stupid and it was hurtful at the time because I didn't really understand how the community operates, but I'm the type of person who I can only be upset like that once, and then I will sit back and just realize where it's coming from and who it's coming from, and you could never get that same reaction out of me again. Because you see, on these lives, I don't go back and forth anymore. People say things, drop things in the comments occasionally. Oh, why are you saying this or this? You can, I'm going to unsubscribe to your channel. I'm like, okay. If you don't like my channel, there's a million other channels out there, but I guarantee you there's only one channel that is just like mine. And that's not to say there's no other good channels. There's other channels that are really cool. I support them, but there's only one channel that is just like mine. If it works for you, awesome. If it doesn't, you have options. Somebody told me that one time and it has stuck in my head. Somebody told me that about friendship because I had this person who was a very on and off again friend in my life. And eventually, after one of the longest off periods, I said, and they tried to come back and apologize. And I said, you're just not a good friend. I said, before we even get to a point of rebuilding this friendship again after all these ons and offs, I have to know that you're making a concerted effort for there not to be off, for it to just be, if we got a problem, we talk through it, figure it out, whatever. And this person said to me, you don't have to be around me, Mark. You have options. And I was like, what the hell kind of thing to say is that? But then I was thinking about it later and I said, you know what? That's so true. Just because they come back and say, I'm sorry, I was wrong, blah, blah, blah. I do have the option whether to even entertain that person or whether to be like, thanks for the apology, but deuces. So I chose every time. I was like, let's entertain this. That Jag thing. Oh, I have so many ideas on these GIFs that I want to do. That Jag hand thing, that's gonna be a GIF by tomorrow or Friday or Thursday. Dry socket is one of the, I've broken multiple bones in my body. Dry socket was the thing with breaking the bones is when I had the cast on and when I had the medications, I felt nothing. I felt no pain. Dry socket, it didn't matter what I was doing, didn't matter if I wasn't eating anything or drinking anything. It didn't matter if I was pumped up with meds. I felt it day and night. And I would fall asleep for an hour, 2 hours, and I'd wake up with this terrible migraine. If I got a pocket of a sleep for like an hour, I would be excited. And then I go to the emergency, like an emergency dentist, because I couldn't take it. And they're like, unfortunately, there's nothing we could do. We could write you another prescription for pain meds. I'm like, great, more opioids. It didn't help the first time, so just give me some more. By the way, y'all, you need to add me on my channel. I have another channel called Music and Mental Health where I plan to spend time going in on these topics because I am just a mental health counselor who happens to start covering Big Brother, not the other way around. So add me over there, and I have plans and intent to put up a lot more content over there. But check out what I have over there already because I have over 800 and something videos on that channel. Oh, aftercare, Miss Indus, aftercare is extremely important. My dentist gave me a 10-second talk about aftercare. By aftercare, I mean putting the compress on your face, soft foods, eating soft foods. Don't eat anything that makes you have to really chew. Gargling with warm salt water. Don't drink anything sweet. Don't drink any alcoholic beverages. Like there's many things. Just look up tooth extraction aftercare because yeah, it sucks either way, but there's things that you could do that make it worse and sabotage yourself that I did. The older I've gotten, the more friends I've dropped. Make the decision to cut out toxic people. And you know what, Colleen? What you just said right there, I already got to that point in life, but I was not at that point on my page because I had somebody telling me at that time, "Oh, don't block them, Mark. Don't block people from your page, Mark, because even if they come on here just to hate on you and say toxic things and whatever else they're doing, it's going to boost you in the algorithm. It's not worth it. I don't care. If it costs me my peace, it's too expensive. I don't care about your boost in the algorithms. I don't give a you know what." I blocked bullies from my channel because I don't need those folks in my comments since I deal with high functioning autism, Asperger's syndrome. They still watch, they just can't bully comment. Yeah, when you block somebody, they can still watch your channel, but there's a lot. I have a block list on my channel. Plenty of people are there. You don't have to be angry. Twitter isn't deleted yet. You have options. Well done, Cass. Remember having people in your life. It's for a reason, season, or lifetime. Good point. Use clove oil. I should look that up. Pain solution drug. Don't take that medicine and then you could be addicted and then that's another problem. What are my options, Cass? Okay, cool. Thanks for the link. Discord. Jump on Discord. Somebody actually said to me, they were like, this lame, he actually is so lazy to make an intro that he stole an intro from other guy's channel. So I was like, yeah, I'm other guy. I'm other guy, and that's also my channel, and that's also my intro. So that was funny. I don't want Discord to be deleted, unlike my dad. Thanks, Mac. What did I do to what? What was this question for? I had dry socket years ago, went back to dentist. He packed it with gauze and clove oil. Oh, really? Maybe I should buy clove oil because I'm still healing. This still hurts. I had to go to the barber today and I was dreading it because I knew this was going to be hard for me to sit in the chair and act like I wasn't in serious pain. But because I have things to do tomorrow, which I've spoken about in my Discord and also in my membership page, but I am not speaking on it here on my general page because anyone can see it. But I have things to do tomorrow, so I had to be presentable. Yeah, I agree, Colleen. If we allow the bullies or toxic to keep doing, and that's just not just if they're talking to me, if they are bullying other people in the comments or if they're displaying hate speech towards the house guests. Yeah. Another important info about dry socket is don't use a straw to drink liquids. Yep. You can get clove oil. I might get some tomorrow. Y'all are selling me on that. My sister had to do that, not use a straw. Add clove oil on the area with Q-tip. I was asking what you did to sabotage yourself. Well, honestly, it was going to be painful anyways, but all that stuff, drinking from the straw, eating hard foods, sugary beverages, everything that I listed, I did pretty much. And that made it worse. You can't really, healing is healing, you know, but there's things that you could do that make the healing process slower. So basically, the better that you are with your aftercare is the faster that you're going to heal and the least pain that you're going to be in. And on that note, we just spent like 10 minutes talking about my tooth. That's funny. Tomorrow is going to be day 99 out of 100. So I don't know what's happening tonight on the feeds. I don't know if there's going to be anything worth talking about in the morning. If there is, I might hop on. But most likely, I'm going to try to jump on maybe about 5:00 p.m. because tomorrow's Wednesday. So that means Survivor and the challenge are on. I'm not going to get to see Survivor because it's on at the same time as the challenge. But tomorrow night, I'll be doing my challenge recap. So I'm going to get my episode. I'm going to do my day 99 video because for those who have not been on here, I had a goal from day one of the season to be on here 100 days in honor of my dad who passed away in April of this year. I have made 98 days. So knock on wood, as I keep saying, I plan to be on here every day and there's only 2 days left. So tomorrow we're going to jump in here for the last day before the finale. We're going to talk about something. And Thursday, the episode is 8 to 10. I'll have to figure that out. Last year, I actually stayed on for the entirety of the whole episode. And I stayed on until like midnight 1 while they were doing their press runs, their Twitter spaces and all that. But this year, they're very strict on their content. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be on here during the finale or not, or if I'm going to jump on here afterwards. But I'll be here. I'm going to be doing something on Thursday. I'll update you guys as I figure that out. No, the feeds usually shut off finale the day of finale, not before. I have a class at 5. There's 2 challenge episodes tomorrow. Nice. Cliff's. Oh, they're gonna shut down a day early this year because last year we watched all the way up until I don't remember what time in the morning, but they turned off the day of last year, the day of the finale. Good chat. Have a good night, all. Love Survivor and challenge. Either way, I'm not gonna be sad if they turn off the feeds for the entire of tomorrow. Also, to be honest with you. He did say that. That's why I asked. Sorry for your loss. Thank you. Condolences about your dad. Lost my mom last year. I'm sorry for your loss also, Colleen. It's a pain that I wouldn't wish on anybody. Have a great night. Sweet dreams, everyone. All right. And with that said, I hope everybody has an amazing night, and we will talk soon.
So you literally were one of my very first followers. And then when you followed me and I, followed back, I was like, this dude is cool. Like,
if they say talk to your manager, you just say, you know what, talk to the hand. You don't need to be on my podcast. But Yeah, dude. Yeah, you do a great job.
Thank you. I always get a kick out of talking with you on Patreon. You have a really good, view on everything.
That wasn't planned.
You know what?
Thank
But
you.
I like this Canadian.
Well,
I like this one.
well, thank you.